Welcome to Knowledge Nuggets. Let's learn together. The 100 Years' War. Epic battles, brave heroes, and a super long fight. Hey, junior historians! Remember from our last video how King Edward III of England claimed he should be King of France in 1337? His bold move started a massive conflict called the 100 Years' War between England and France. It was all about who got to rule France, plus old rivalries over land and trade. Edward was a clever king with a strong army, and he kicked things off by invading France. But this war wasn't just one big battle. It was a super long series of fights that lasted from 1337 to 1453. That's 116 years. Imagine a soccer game that goes on for over a century, with breaks for rest here and there. There were pauses for truces, but it kept starting up again and again. The war had a huge impact on both countries. It changed how battles were fought, like using longbows instead of just swords, making English archers super powerful at first. Cities were damaged, and it cost a ton of money, making kings raise taxes, which made the people really grumpy. It also helped spark feelings of nationalism, where people started feeling more English or French, rather than just loyal to the ruler in charge of their land. If constant war wasn't bad enough, something even worse hit. The bubonic plague, also called the Black Death, was a deadly disease that spread across Europe, killing about 1 out of every 3 people. That's like if your class of 9 kids got sick and only 6 came back. It was one of the worst pandemics in history. The plague weakened armies, stopped battles for a bit, and made life even tougher during the war. Fast forward to the 1400s, when France was losing big time. Enter Joan of Arc, a teenage girl from a small village. In 1428, Joan said she heard voices from saints telling her to help save France. She convinced the future king, Charles VII, to let her lead soldiers. Charles was the son of King Charles VI, but he had not been made king officially just yet. Joan, dressed in armor like a knight, led the French army to a huge win at the Siege of Orleans in 1429. The city had been surrounded by English forces for months, but Joan's bravery and smart plans broke the siege. It was like a miracle comeback. This victory boosted French spirits and helped Charles VII get crowned king. Thanks to heroes like Joan, France turned the tide. By 1453, the English were pushed out of most French lands, ending the war. There was no big treaty, but France was stronger and more united. The English, on the other hand, were frustrated to lose a war that cost so much money. The 100 Years' War taught everyone about bravery, change, and how long fights can drag on. What an epic saga! Before we go, let's do a quick check on learning. Here are 5 questions for you, awesome time travelers. Question 1. Who started the 100 Years' War by claiming to be King of France? King Edward III. Great job. Question 2. How long did the 100 Years' War actually last? 116 years. Question 3. What was the bubonic plague and how many people did it kill? The bubonic plague was a deadly disease that killed 1 out of 3 people. Question 4. Who was the teenage girl who helped France at the Siege of Orleans? Joan of Arc. Here's the last question for you. Question 5. What city did Joan of Arc and Charles VII save in 1429? They helped save the city of Orleans. Awesome work! I hope you enjoyed learning more about the 100 Years' War. What hero would you be in history? Let us know in the comments, and we'll see you next week for another amazing adventure.